everybody, this is Troy Sweeney of Saywordtv, and we're here with John Lee, writer and director of film. How are you today?
Hey, how you doing?
That's good, I'm good.
Sayword.
Yeah. Alright, tell us how you got started into film.
Well, I got started in the film because, let's see, well, I always used to like to tell stories, probably like most people. I was really good at lying, and then I figured that all that entertainment should probably be put to picture.
Okay, now what inspires you in your writing? I mean, what do you write about? What type of films do you write about?
I write about a lot of different things. I mean, you know, everything from, you know, social justice to some left field space stuff. Like, so different kind of projects appeal to me. But, you know, at the heart of it, you know, I like to tell really good, you know, compelling stories with great characters who are usually pulled out of either, you know, my memory of interesting characters that I've met in real life or just from my imagination.
Okay, now what exactly got you started in film? Did you take classes or did you go on your own? Did you go to the library and look up scripts to see how to write films? I mean, how exactly did you evolve as a writer and director?
Well, the only way to be able to write is to just write. You have to write judiciously. That doesn't really mean school or anything. I did go to school for film. I went to school for film and physics, and and that was cool. But really, the best way to learn how to film on the film side of things, like in terms of actual production, is to actually just do it. Your best bet is to just pick up the camera, practice, see the results, and get better and study other people's work and figure out the mechanism. And if you have an eye, it'll start to come together in your own unique way. I think in terms of writing, though, that's only something that you can do if you actually push yourself to do it. Like, you can't really go to school to learn how to be a good writer. You can go to school to learn how to do good production, but you can't really go to school to become a good writer. Now, the good thing about going to school for good writers, you have a good teacher, they can inspire you and maybe even teach you how to tap into stories in your head. But, you know, unfortunately, you know, some people have great stories in their head, multiple stories. Some people only have one story. And, you know, some people don't dream at all.
Give us the different titles of directors and what exactly do they do?
Right. Well, I mean, it's different types of directing. Like it's not so much different types of directing as that, like, I think that there's a distinct power balance difference between television directing and feature film directing and music video directing. You know, there's a whole, you know, cadre of people that are used to working in that format. Of course, there's people who can cross over. But, you know, in television, the producers have the power and the writers have the power. And the director, you know, comes in to, you know, execute their vision, whereas usually in feature films, the producer exists to sort of only help the director realize his vision. Although, you know, the bigger the film and the bigger the producer, there's a huge chance that the producer may still have the power. Because after all, in all these productions, whoever puts up the money gets to call the shots. So.
And how do you find calling the shots in your own film? I mean, are you finding it easy to call the shots, or are you getting investors calling the shots? I mean, who's calling the shots in your films that you're doing independently?
Well, in mine, I mean, it depends. I mean, I have I've been lucky enough that for some of the smaller projects, the investors just give me the money, but and they trust me in the vision. Where it's like, you know, but I'm comfortable in both scenarios. I think, you know, I just like to create stuff, so that's what's most important. I think is the journey and the final product. So I don't really get bogged down too much in thinking about and worrying about that. I think, and that's probably because I'm not afraid to just do my own projects as well as to, you know, wait for somebody else to put up the money or wait to get hired to do something. You know, I just like to create. So in between those pieces, I just make other pieces.
Now name some of the projects that you work with other people, and then name the projects that you work on your own that people are familiar with or they should be familiar with.
Well, I was doing I've done the last for 2008. I did the film for Melvin Van Peebles called "Confessions of an Ex-Doofus Motherfucker." It's a great feature. I really love it. Really touching. It'll make you cry. It's really funny too, and there's naked ladies in it, so that's the part I like the best. And then it's a rollicking adventure. We shot it around the world, been underwater, on top of mountains, chased by the police, crashing vehicles. It was a lot of fun. I did a piece I like. I did a piece for a music special for Stars about Dead Prez, which is like and about progressive hip hop, which was very cool. Definitely from the hip hop generation. So, you know, it was very cool to be able to do that piece. In terms of my own projects, I'm working on a piece called Project Murderer, horror flick that takes place in the projects that I'm really excited about. I think a lot of people will probably dig it. I don't know if the projects have ever been captured this way before. You don't have to be from the projects to be able to cover the projects well, but of course, since I've done my time in the poorest neighborhoods in Brooklyn, it's easy to pull a lot of cool images.
Alright, cool. Now, what can you say to children that can inspire them in this field or in any other field?
Sure. I think you know, for kids, when I was a kid, I think when I was a kid, I remember getting into trouble and being pulled out to go to the district office. I was a smart kid. You know, I finished my work, got in trouble. Nothing big. I wasn't really an aggressive kid. You know, I knew how to fight, but I wasn't interested in starting fights. But, you know, nevertheless, you know, fights do occur. You know, it was a little rough and tumble. Got sent to the district office. In the district office, a man, he was a doctor in education. He sat down and he told me, he said, "John, you know what the difference is between a rocket scientist and some of the guys on the corner are?" He was like, "Nothing. Some of those guys standing on the corner, they could have been rocket scientists, but they just didn't have the motivation or stay in school." It was various things, but I remember just being poignant about that and thinking about how many smart guys I've seen sort of just drift off, and I was definitely in danger of becoming one of those people. I think that one of the most compelling things to inspire kids is that you have to realize that there are so many things you can do out there, and you have to keep your mind open to all those things. I mean, you know, you could be an oceanographer, you could go underwater, explore, you could go to outer space, become an astronaut, and there's so many other jobs, even in film. Like, a lot of people, you know, think about, you know, directors and writers, but there's so many positions that are so fulfilling and well paid in between. You know, being a grip, a director, a photographer, you know, making images come to life. I think in so many different fields, there's so many things. I mean, you know, imagine being a librarian or a scientist or a roboticist. I think the main thing is to keep your mind open and explore all options. And every time you see something out there, keep in mind that someone built that, and that could be something you want to do. I mean, build furniture. You see a great piece of furniture, you could be the #1 furniture designer in the world. I think a lot of times, you know, in school we don't really get beyond, you know, writing and reading. We don't really see the whole entire world. So I encourage kids, you know, look on the internet, you know, surf around, you know, read about different things. There's so many different things you could do in the world. Amazing things, you know. You could work on world hunger. You could work on climate change. So many things that are so interesting. And I think that sometimes schools may do that injustice, sort of, just learning about the scope about the world. So, just keep your open mind to all experiences. Don't shut things out and think that there's only one path in life, that that there's only one path in life, and you just need to make money. You might be able to really find something you really love to do and get paid for it.
All right, I want to thank you for your time, and I wish you the best.
No doubt.